So I used to work with this old guy at a grocery store, right? I was probably 14 years old. It was my first job. He was kind of creepy, but up until this point, we hadn't had any issues with him. So he used to flirt with all the women that came into the store, and he'd bag their groceries. He'd flirt with them, say something funny or whatever. One of his go-tos was always, "Is it all right if I squish your bread?" I know here in Eastern Kentucky, that's a big deal. You gotta make sure that bread don't get squished because everybody has to have a good loaf of bread. Don't know if that's how it is everywhere else, but that's how it is. So some of the women, they would crack a little smile, giggle a little bit, but it's like, what, this is old man, he's just being silly. So on this particular day, I went to my boss and I was like, "Hey, I think that this guy, I think he's been drinking on the clock." And the manager was like, "Well, I don't know. He don't seem like he's been drinking, whatever." So nothing came of it. So a couple hours passed, and I'm bagging groceries on this register behind him. And all I hear is this lady start to get absolutely irate. She yells out and says, "I'm glad my husband isn't here. That's so inappropriate. You should be ashamed of yourself," etc., etc. It's a big deal. Manager gets involved, whatever. She tells the guy, "It's almost your lunchtime. Go ahead and go outside and take your lunch. We'll talk when you get back." So he leaves, and about 15 minutes later, I go outside to take garbage to the dumpster around the back of the store. Most of the employees park on the side or behind the store. So I see him, and his door's open on his vehicle, and there's beer cans everywhere. So I walk over, and I look inside, and he's passed out in the driver's seat with beer in his hand and about 6 beers on the ground. He'd only been out there for maybe 20 minutes at this point. So I go in, I get the manager. I'm concerned about him. He's a really old guy. He's probably in his 80s. I'm like, "Hey, he's passed out or something outside, and there's beer cans everywhere. We might need to get him some help." Manager goes out. She gets him inside, gets him woke up, all that stuff. And unfortunately, they had to do what they have to do. They fire him, call somebody to come get his truck, whatever. So after it's all said and done, a couple days later, I go back to work, and I'm curious at this point. I want to know, what did he say to this lady that day that made her so angry? So one of my coworkers was the cashier at the time, and she said that when the lady had come through and she bought all this food and stuff, she didn't have any bread. And like I said earlier, his favorite thing to say was, "You care if I squish your bread," just being silly. Well, he looked at the lady and he's like, "I see you don't have any bread. I guess I'm gonna have to smash them buns." That's my story time. Thank you guys.